Hey bro, do you know that this one thing can literally change the trajectory of your life? It's right under our noses and we miss it like most of the time. And it's literally tap water. Bro, you know how bad tap water is for you? It's literally what you call an endocrine disruptor. So what it does is it disrupts your hormones and it makes you infertile. Which means that if you're a male, your testosterone would decrease dramatically. And that's not what you want, right? You want your testosterone to be as high as possible till you get to your older years, which is like your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, right? So like it's crazy how like the younger generations have like low testosterone than the older people that are in their 70s, you know? They have the so like it's crazy, right? The level of testosterone that the older people have is the same as the testosterone level that the younger, like the really young people have. Yeah, it's a side tangent anyway. And this endocrine disruption, it literally applies to both males and females. So the government in every country wants their tap water to be clean, right? That's right. And what they do is they introduce what you call disinfectants into the tap water, so it becomes cleaner. So like it gets rid of all the pollutants and stuff like that. But what happens is it introduces what you call DPBs into the water itself. So like that's basically fluoride. So like high levels of fluoride is like really bad for us. And you might be thinking like, oh, there's fluoride in toothpaste, and like how is that different? Like, you know, but like the fluoride in the toothpaste is like really little. Like the amount in it is like so little that you wouldn't even like realize it. But the fluoride in the tap water is a lot more than that. I think per liter there's like 0.5 something. I forget the unit number of it, but there's like 0.5 something per liter of water. So like that's pretty bad for like our health and like our general well-being. And what does like fluoride in like large amounts like do to our bodies? It literally like disrupts the thyroid hormone function, and the thyroid system is like responsible for a lot of things. So for example, it's responsible for your energy levels, to your metabolism levels, and if it goes really bad, like you can get depression because of it. And this is all because of tap water, by the way. You know, you can get depression, and on the flip side, it can give you like optimized, like optimal mood levels. You know, like your mood would be like really stabilized. You know, if you have like really, you know, purified tap water or like drinking water. You know, it's not only that, like the thyroid system is like the underlying like foundation of like the biological processes that happens in our bodies. So it's really important for us, if you haven't like gathered that by now. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, so like Himanshu, you're fucking scaring me. Like, how do I fix this? Like, okay, so how do I get rid of disinfectants and fluoride in my water? And the answer is simple. You need to get a water filtration system. So like you have like reverse osmosis systems. You have like what you call Bareka or Breaker systems. So like it depends on like what you pay for, right? So like if you pay for like a higher end one, you can get a like fit it into your plumbing system under your sink and things like this. Some units are like on the bench top itself, but you know, it just depends what you pay for. And like, for the love of God, don't get the $30 jug that you get from like Briscoes or whatever, where you like put the water in and like it filters through, and like it literally does nothing for your water. It literally does nothing, bro. So like, don't get that one. But if you're looking into it, like I think it's around like a couple $100. It's like, I think it's like $500. It is pretty expensive. I think reverse osmosis ones are more expensive than the regular like filtration systems. But it gets rid of fluoride, which is like basically the best thing ever. So like if it gets rid of fluoride, then you're good to go. If it gets rid of fluoride, it most likely gets rid of like other like DBPs as well, like the other disinfectant pollutants that are there. So like obviously it gets rid of like grime and like dirt and stuff like that. That's like the base of it, but like it needs to be more advanced than that. So like, so basically there's like two parts to like a water filtration system. So the first part is the chemical part of it, and the second part is like the physical part of it, right? So what do I mean by this? Like, obviously, like, like if you're like getting rid of like magnesium and like all these other like chemical disinfectants, or the like fluoride, magnesium, and things like that. Too much magnesium can be bad for you, by the way, like if you didn't know. So that's like the chemical part of it, and the physical part of it is like the grime and the dirt, and just like the big particles that gets like filtered through. So like there's two parts to it, and it's pretty interesting. Like the more you like delve deep into this stuff, the better it is. But not everyone has the time for it, obviously. So I haven't got any alternatives for this. Like there's obviously like a range of like products that you can choose from. I'm in the process of like getting a good one for myself as well. So it's a bit of a process. Obviously, you need to know what you're searching for. You need to do your research properly and things like this. Just imagine how much better your skin would look, and like how much better your appearance would look, and like how much better you would feel on the inside, mentally and physically, after you get this done, right? So like, it's a small investment to the price that you pay for your health, right? So what you need to do is get this ASAP, and like, you just don't want to like deplete your testosterone levels even further, right? So I mean, if you go on the same path as like the 99%, that's where you're gonna end up, right? Like the 99%, like the average person, right? Your testosterone has depleted already. It's like your testosterone probably already depleted already, because you're consuming all these seed oils and things like this, which are like, which has like estrogenics in them, and like obviously, bottled plastic water. So like that contains microplastics, that contains estrogenics as well. So you don't want any of that in your life, right? So if you're drinking out of a plastic bottle, get rid of that. Drink out of a glass bottle, right? So the question is like, are you really gonna wait for your testosterone to go lower and lower and lower as the years go by? My answer is like, you shouldn't wait for like this to go lower and lower, because the reason is because you'll be infertile by the time you reach the age of 30, right? So you need to act quick and act fast, so that you don't face the repercussions of like not getting this sooner, right? The thing is like, your future generation will be affected by your inaction, and like the faster you take this action, the better it is, right? Because think about it, right? We are like pretty much like 70% water, right? So like, imagine if that gets compromised. Like if 70% is water and inside our bodies, we need to get the highest quality of water possible for it to give us a good output, right? So I think of myself as a machine. I don't know about you, but I think of myself as a machine, and if I put in the correct inputs, I get the correct outputs. If I put high quality inputs, I get high quality outputs, right? So like, you got to think about it like that at the end of the day. So the highest quality input is food and water, right? So if those two are compromised, then you don't have much of a quality output either. Most people don't even bother to think about these things, because they're part of the 99%, right? They just act and do what other people do, and they just don't question anything. So we're not like that, bro. We know that we're not like the 99%. That's why you clicked on this video, right? You want to improve, you want to be better, you don't want to settle for an average life, right? So why should we act like them? So like, we need to have higher standards for ourselves, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves as time goes on, right? Just remember, like, your whole bloodline is watching you and cheering you on. And if you like fuck it up, if you self-sabotage yourself by drinking tap water and literally depleting your testosterone, then it's not a good look, is it? That's how I think about things anyway. Like, I hope you guys learned something from this, and leave a comment down below on how you guys go on with finding your water filtration systems. So, if you're living in an apartment, it's not as easy, obviously, to get one. But if you live in a house, just get one as soon as possible. Just save up for it or whatever. Like, you don't need to be the richest person to get a water filtration system. So just get it and thank me later, bro. Peace.